Hi, welcome to my channel. What I'm proposing to do today is to regrind one of these Involute gear cutters. Now this is only a small one and it's 16 dp. It's basically just a demo really, just to show you how to grind them, set up and grind them. They're quite easy to do. They're no fancy fancy setup really. It's just the main thing with these is you just got to be careful you don't catch the profile, because if you do it'll ruin the cutter. Although catching one tooth probably won't make a lot of difference, but you got to be careful with them because they are a bit easy to catch. With an Involute cutter, it's a constant form on it, and no matter how much you grind off the front, the profile doesn't alter, and it's constant all the way. You can really grind it to a thin tooth, so it's not advisable really. Now the problem I've got is that to use my workhead and grind this, which is 12 teeth, I haven't got a division barrel with 12 teeth. Now this is one of the barrels which I do use on my small workhead, but unfortunately the one with the 12 has disappeared. I don't know where it is, and that had multiple divisions, but I can't find it. And this one won't do because you can't double it up, you can't do anything with it. It's just a fixed number of teeth which it won't come out as 12, so I'm having to make a new one. So I'm making a new one, and it'll have to be out of cast iron, because this, when I made this many years back, I had it carburized and hardened, and I ground the bore and the OD, and that's hardened. But cast iron's okay, it won't make a lot of difference. Cast iron's as good as anything. Now this video will show making the new barrel. It'll be in two parts because otherwise it's going to be too long as this video. So the first part I'll be machining up and drilling the barrel, and then the second part will be the actual setup and regrind of the cutter. So we'll start and make the barrel first. So that's going to be the next job. I'll have to set up and machine a complete new barrel. What I will do is I'll make the 12 divisions, and also while I'm at it I'll make a series of other divisions which I will need in a future project. That's a bit of a bummer really, but anyway, I'll get on with this, and then I can get on with the grinding of the Involute cutter. Well, I've just roughed out the OD there, partially roughed out. There's a bit more to come off, but I think this this tool of mine needs sharpening. I still use homemade tip tools, although I have actually bit the bullet and started using these type of tools, but I still prefer my homemade ones. I grind them to suit just exactly how I like them. I've just resharpened it. I do have a decent diamond wheel, and that's the shape of the tool I use. Well, the OD is not critical, but it's the my original barrel is 1 5/8 inch, and there's quite a bit to come off of this. Yeah, there's still there's 50-60 thou. Yeah, 6 thou to come off. Just checking with my trusty old Moore and Wright micrometers, which I've had since I was an apprentice. So these are quite a few years old. So I started my apprenticeship in 1962. So you can tell how old these are, and they're still accurate, although a bit worse for wear now. Worse for wear, I should say. Finish, not accuracy. Yeah, with approximately 6 thou to come off. It's a little bit difficult to see in this light. It's but anyway, 6 thou. It's not critical. I'm going to leave that 6 thou after I've bored out the after I've bored it out. Well, I'm now set for boring out, and it's 1 1/4 bore. I'm just going to get a rough size with the feeling at the internal calipers. Well, I've got it to the side, near the size I want. I'll just rough bore it now. I could actually drill through using a drill, but I'm not really keen sticking drills through to this size, so I'll just continue boring. Again, I'm using a homemade boring bar with a tip sweated on, which I use quite a lot. It's just quite good. Well, I've rough bored it out now. It's not far off size, and I've been using my internal calipers there. But what I'm going to do to check the final bore is these. And does anybody still use these days? These are more than right internal mics. You don't often see these now. I don't think there's many people use them. It's all telescopic gauges and digital, but these are very good, and they're very sensitive, and I think these are more accurate really than your digital. So it's 1.250 bore, and then these are set to take that measurement. You can increase the length by the extensions there, or decrease. That's on the lowest. That's the smallest you can measure with these, is 1.25 inches. Let's have a look, see what we've got. They're like the old-fashioned vernier gauges of these. It's all down to feel, which I prefer. And we're at 1.224. So we've approximately 26 thou to come off. Oh, so just slightly less. Now the only problem with these kind of mics is that you're a bit limited with the amount you can take off. Really, you have to take off more than you would on a digital caliper. Well, I took 20 off, and we're not far off there. Seventh thou. Now I think, if I remember rightly, the spindle which it's going to fit is slightly undersized, so I've got to double check. And we'll take the spindle and just make sure. I'll reset my dial to 0. Now we'll just check. And this is actually minus 2 thou. 1.248.
Now, using this method to measure internal bores might look a bit clumsy to some people. I suppose it is really when you compare it with modern stuff you can get now. I do use digital, but now and again I'll get these out and I use them. I like these mainly because you get a better feel when you're doing internal bores. It's something you don't seem to get with digital calipers.
So we have 4, 5, 6 thou approximately. And that's allowing for about a thou, so we're actually we're there. The proof in the pudding is to try the shaft. So we'll just take the sharp edge off. That's a nice fit. If anything, it could do with a slight a slightly little bit more out. Just a little skim, another, I think another half a thou from that maybe. Right. And that will do. No shake or anything. Well, that's the first part of the bush bored out. It's just a matter now of turning round and blending in the other side, and then it'll be ready to go into the milling machine and get the dividing head set up and get some holes drilled. Now these more than rights will go up to 1 3/4 without the packing, without the small spacer, and they will go to 1 3/4, and of course with the spacer there you get 2 inches, and you will have 2 inch, which is very handy really, although a lot of people probably don't use them now. I've always used them, not all the time, but they're very handy. It's the feel I like. You get a better feel than verniers. But these are okay. There's nothing wrong. Yeah, 2 inches or near as damn it. I don't think these are all that good really. They're very cheap, and I've had them a lot of years. Some of the early ones, but I still like the internal Moore and Wrights. Nice. I don't suppose they make them anymore now. Just put that back, because if you lose that, it's worthless, I think. Like that, nearly trying to lose that. Always keep that secure, and it's and likewise that, and of course the holder, which a lot of the times these are missing. You can get away with using them in a bore, a small bore. They're a bit awkward really, but you can get away with it, but any deeper and you've no chance. You are right. Of course the best, I think I've shown these before, but the best kind of internal mic are these Bowers, the Bowers internal mic. These are the earlier kind, but they are probably the best for bores of these. I do have a larger set, but they won't go up to inch and 1/4. But Bowers definitely the bee's knees, if you can get them with the setting gauge, definitely. Well, this is the bush I've just made. A nice fit. That will do for the job. Don't want to be too slack because it's going to be an indexing head. Now I'm going to use my small drill chuck in the miller to drill the cast iron index barrel which I've just machined up. This is what I use in the lathe. This is actually used for drilling fine injector cones. I used to make injectors and drilling tiny holes, 60 up to 70 odd, 70 plus. The drills are like needles, and if you aren't careful you can break them really easy. If you use the tailstock in the normal way you will break them. This what I use allows you very fine control drilling injector cones. It's just nice and slow. Just do it by hand, and you get a very good feel with this. And I've never broken a drill yet, but I shall use this in the miller because I've got a bit of a limited throat depth on this miller, and I don't have a quill, so I shall be using this.
Well, this is the handbook for the dividing head, and you can actually do compound gearing with this head. The gears are somewhere lying about, but I've never really bothered. You can actually do 125 divisions with this head using compound gearing, but I've never bothered. Very handy though. Now the 12 divisions, I'm using a 39 plate, which means 3 turns plus 13 holes, and that'll give me 12 divisions. I'm not going to show drilling every hole. It's boring. It's just a repeat. Now there's no quill on this milling machine, and it makes it that little bit awkward. But I've used it that long. I've got so used to winding the table up and down, and you can actually drill quite good with this method. It's all you can feel every bite of the drill. It's just something you get used to. Not everybody's cup of tea. You really are better with a quill if you can get a machine with that fitted already. But I manage. It don't bother me anymore now.
Well, while I was drilling this barrel, this indexing head, I thought I'd drill a series of other indexes while I was set up. And just now I'm on the final 12 division one, and the others are for a different kind of a job I shall be doing. But I'm getting this 12 division one finished now, and that's out of the way. And that's the 12 finished, and the indexing was spot on there. The last one, it's just gone straight down. Now this is the old one. Really I should have drilled more indexing holes there, but at the time that's all I needed. So that will do now. So that's that is the 12 one on the outer edge, and these others, as I say, they're a mix of odd size divisions, not odd size, but divisions which I shall be using in another project. Well, that's the barrel finished now. We'll get that drilled like the other one there for a grub screw, and then that can go on the grinder. Paper aeroplanes. The young granddaughter this afternoon, young Amelia, wanted me to make a paper aeroplane for her. That one not right good, but the second one I made, it flew amazingly well, and she was really pleased with that. So that's going to be a regular job now, paper aeroplanes.